Let's get on. Hi guys, hope everyone's alright. Friday night. It's for me anyway in the UK. So let's have a look. Yeah, just jumping on a quick stream. So hopefully the audio's on, so I'll double check. Just get set up. I think that's working, which is good, perfect. So there we go. I think we're all good to go, which is perfect. So I'll just load that up just so we can do some comments if anyone's watching, that sort of stuff. So perfect. So I'm just going to skate around, shout out if you want any maps or anything. So hopefully we'll get a few people watching. So I am playing on PC. So we've got the modded maps. So this is actually the Hawaiian Dream map from Skate 3. So part of the DLC pack back in the day. So it does skate okay. It's a little bit difficult. It's obviously the stats. I'm running like minus 13.5 on the gravity at the minute. Stuff like big drops. So it's, yeah, a lot of the time I'm doing some of the snake run part, and it's hard to land because it's just that instant sort of impact into the ground sort of thing. So it's, yeah, I won't be doing any of the Jesus skating today sort of thing. But yeah, pretty cool though. I did load up Skate 1 actually, so I've not played that for, God, absolutely years. So it's, the last save was 2007, so I do remember getting it and then moving on to Skate 2 pretty quick, and then Skate 3. So it was, yeah, I was like, oh my God, yeah, a bit of a throwback. But Skate's really good actually. I actually seem to prefer it to Skate 3 actually. So yeah, so a little bit wild, but yeah, it is actually on Game Pass now, which is good. But I don't actually have Game Pass at the minute. I wasn't, sort of, since moving to the PC. I've not been really playing a whole lot of games on sort of the Xbox, and a lot of it I end up buying anyway. So any games which are on Game Pass, I sort of just end up buying. So sort of like Siege, Forzas, that sort of stuff. Picked up Ready or Not, Spider-Man. So probably a lot of games which aren't on Game Pass. But yeah, for the most part, the Game Pass is pretty good, and it's I'd say Game Pass, it was worth the money. It just depends on your situation. So I always find I end up buying a lot of the games anyway. So yeah, so I've not really been using it so much. Stuff like Siege is, it's about $3.99 on CD keys anyway. And then stuff like Session I've got now on PC, and I think that was £6 on CD keys, and then the DLCs, and I've got Skater XL again. So yeah, so I'm not really bothered too much. And stuff like Tomb Raider isn't on Game Pass, so been playing a lot of Tomb Raider, that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think when I got the Xbox, I got it on All Access, so I ended up getting the Game Pass as part of the 2 year, effectively a 0% 2 year deal sort of thing. So which was good, but it probably cost, looking back, it was an easy way to get the console when everything was sort of sold out. But you do end up spending a couple £100 extra when you think you can get 3 months of Game Pass for £20, £22 or so. So obviously when you get it through the deal, you are paying that sort of $10.99 sort of thing a month. So even though it's 0%, it's still costing. Yeah, it's still costing you in the long run, because you're actually paying more than you could be if you were doing it sort of manually. So yeah, so it's, yeah, at the time it was right at the time, but obviously looking back, I wouldn't probably do that again. So yeah, so Skate 1's been good. So just shout out in the comments if you want to see any maps, any tricks, that sort of stuff. Just shout out. As I said, this is probably not. It's a great map on Skate 3, but on, yeah, you can see there on Skater XL, especially modded, it doesn't flow as nice as it should, and even that, you can't get the landing. So yeah, unless I start messing about with the stats, I don't think it's yeah, unfortunately I'm just gonna have to stick to Skate 3, I think, which, to be honest, isn't a bad thing. So yeah, but you can see, if I zoom out, you can see the map is pretty much whoever's designed the map, I will put credit in after, but whoever's designed all this, it definitely looks like they've used the original files, or at least managed to extract it on the PC sort of thing. So it's pretty close, or if not exact, I'd probably say it's probably perfect, isn't it? So if I was on Skate 3 now, I wouldn't realise sort of thing. You know, it is pretty much there. You see the graphics slightly different, some of the colours, but whether that was me playing on Xbox 360 back in the day and everything's a bit darker. So yeah, so I don't know. So apologies. So let's have a look. Yeah, so click back onto there. So yeah, I'm running sort of the two screens at the minute. So if I click off, it might start spinning or freeze for a minute. So it's just whilst I'm sort of checking comments and that sort of stuff. So yeah, so just shout out if you want any. Yeah, I want anything. I have got the new Session DLC on PC as well, the school. So if there's anything anyone wants to say, if you want me to jump on Session for a while, just shout out. So let's have a look. I said not a bad map, just doesn't work as I'd like. I'm not sure. Maybe stuff's advancing and it just feels different, but it's, just keep going down, have a look at the maps. So I've got this high school one. Not sure. I presume it's a real place. It does look familiar, so whether I've seen a couple of spots here. Usually a lot of the modded maps are usually real life locations, so I'm presuming this probably ties into a real world sort of thing. So probably, yeah, so probably, there we go. So give me 20 seconds. Let's have a look there. Yeah, so I've just picked up the mic now actually, so we've got I can lift it up without breaking everything, so there we go. So we've got the HyperX mic, which seems, hopefully, I've not listened back yet, so this is the first stream with it, so I'm hoping it's doing some justice. So shout out if it isn't, but I'm hoping it's an improvement to the webcam. So yeah, hope it better I'd be for the spending anyway. So yeah, I'd like to. So I'm not sure what's going on with the character. There we go. So half the body missing then. I think it's probably okay. Maybe just on my screen. Yeah, so I'm hoping it's good for the money. So it's just the HyperX quadcast, and it seems hopefully good. I've not, as I said, I've not actually listened to it back yet. So this is the first stream. So I try to keep it white. Just to keep in line with the white setup, but obviously stuff like my mouse is black, the monitor's black, the other monitor's black, so it's quite hard to get a full white setup. So yeah, try my best, but yeah, so that's the new mic. So yeah, I think the only difference with the S, which this is you can change the RGB lights, and I think that's it, to be honest. I think where the standard one is just that red colour, you can sort of just change the colour. So I'm not, to be honest, not too bothered about the lights. So it's a bit of a nice to have, and it looks good on pictures, but whether it's needed, I don't know. It was just the cost. It was just on sale at the minute, so it was a bit like the mouse. I bought the Hero 502 mouse, and it's really good mouse, but it was £27 for the black one. I think it's about £80 for the white one. So it was like 3 times more just for the white. So it's so yeah, so I ended up just getting the black one, but obviously then it compromises their setup a little bit. So I'll move off this map. There seems to just keep moving. If there's any maps anyone wants, just shout out. I quite like the plazas, that sort of stuff. So happy for whichever. So just keep moving through PS Day. And this seems quite a good map. Yeah, I was having a few. I was actually having a quick look on YouTube because there's actually God, let's have a think. It keeps having that weird body glitch with the outfits. So there we go. Yeah, so I was having a look at the. Let's have a think. What demo was it? God, I should know what it is. It's probably the biggest brand. Let's have a think. It is. Should load up because I've got it set on favourites. Okay, it's the Powell, yeah, the Powell Peralta team demo. So it had, yeah, a few of the guys there, and it was, yeah, definitely a good watch actually. But it was good to actually see the park, if that makes sense. So it was good to actually, I didn't realise where this park was or what the park was, and it was good to actually see the videos on the news sort of thing on YouTube of the park opening and the demos, that sort of stuff. So it's, yeah, it does look a pretty good park, to be honest. I think it seems to have enough for every level sort of thing, so you could quite easily just start skating and start practicing here basically. So a lot of parks, there's one they've just built near me, like a plaza, but it's, I'd probably say it's not, definitely nowhere near as big as this, but it's quite difficult to skate unless you've been skating a while, and it's quite a big park, and say it's just more big obstacles. So this seems to have a bit of a balance of, like, these stair sets aren't too crazy, and sort of this ramp, and seems to be a lot of sections really. Yeah, and even these rails, that sort of stuff, it looks quite a good place to learn. So yeah, so it does look good, but fortunately, being from the UK as usual, I'm missing out on these parks, so which doesn't bother me so much these days because I don't skate as much. So it's, yeah, it'd just be back in the day. It would, yeah, it'd be nice to have it on your doorstep. So I was always quite fortunate. Sort of been skating like 25 years now, and always been fortunate. When I was sort of 9, 10, they did build the indoor park up the literally 10 minutes away. So I was quite fortunate to have one of the sort of best parks in the UK really up the road. Now obviously it's still a really good park, but you've got more parks and they're getting bigger and bigger and more stuff there. So, but yeah, I'm glad it stayed open up the road, because it's, if it wasn't for that, I'd probably have to travel, God, a good hour or so to get, yeah, at least an hour to get to the next park. So I've, yeah, been fortunate, especially when you're growing up and you're like 9, 10 and you don't drive, and then it's, I could imagine in America it's, yeah, you're having to get lifts and get family, that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've probably been fortunate actually, and not actually realised. I think it's a lot easier now for kids to get into the sports, and there seems to be a lot more parks opening, whether it's like local parks funded or sort of private parks, that sort of stuff, or just outdoor parks like this which are free to use. So there wasn't really that many sort of my end. So, but as I said, it's definitely on the list now for yeah, for places. So I think it's a bit more recognised than it's, yeah, no, it's an actual credible activity opposed to just people yeah, causing chaos on the skateboards sort of thing. So yeah, so it's been 25 years or so skateboarding. So it's been yeah, not, it definitely hasn't been a solid 25 years. There's been times where I've done other stuff like boxing and basketball, that sort of stuff. So it's hard to do everything. So the skateboarding, and then you go back, there was probably a 4 or 5 year period of not skateboarding, and yeah, so it was, let's have a look on here. Yeah, so it was like a 4 or 5 year period of not skateboarding, so it was hard when I got back. The balance, it's like, God, 20 years out the window sort of things. It's yeah, so yeah, it was sort of just the balance. So sort of the park up near from me, the indoor one, it's probably a bit of a, it's changed over the years. It's a lot more wood. It was a lot more ramps. They used to have a bowl there and a full pipe, and that's now gone, which is a shame. So it was just at the time with the lack of people, and yeah, bit unfortunate. So it probably would have taken off a bit more now. So if they just held on to it a bit longer, but yeah. So originally it did have a sort of like a 3-stage mini ramp, so there's different levels to the mini ramp. No worries, thanks for joining the stream. Trying to message there. Yeah, I'll have a look at. So I don't know if I gave you. I'll have a look on the comments. Steam stuff, so I might be able to get you a code for Riders Republic. So I'll have a look, and if we can do that, that'd be good. So yeah, just having a look on Steam. I never go on Steam, to be honest. It always loads in the background, but I never check it. So I've not really got sort of a community on there. So sort of anyone I know, I sort of have on Xbox. And then obviously I've not really played Xbox so much, so I end up a bit like the past 7 years of Siege and playing Call of Duty, that sort of stuff. I've always just played on my own, so I've never never had a big following on with sort of friends, that sort of stuff playing. So so I'll probably go on Steam, maybe. Well, I don't even go on Steam to load the games because I just use it through shortcuts. So so it's I should really go on Steam more a little bit. It's like Twitch. I sort of started doing the Twitch stuff and sort of dropped off there, and it's trying to get a balance of, do you stick with YouTube or do you try Twitch? Or I think I've just sort of stuck on the YouTube route really. It's I've had YouTube since 2007 now, so not always active on it, but it's, through periods. But I'll probably say at least the last 4 or 5 years at least, I've been quite active on posting. So so I'm just going to keep doing that. So I might be able to get you a key for Riders Republic, which would be good if I could gift that across to you. So we'll go on to this map now. So as I said, I've literally been on Skate this morning. So that was the 2007 game save actually, which is crazy. I can't believe it's been, I put 16 years on the video, but it's actually 17, which is, I couldn't believe it. 17 years since Skate 1 came out. I actually remember ordering it and picking it up. It's absolutely crazy. So play Descenders. Yeah, it's a good game that. So I did load up Skate 1 this morning on the Xbox, which is good. It does feel good, and this map is obviously the first suburb you sort of start on the map. It's sort of the training mission, as you'd probably call it. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool actually. It'd be good to see. It probably won't happen, but it'd be good to see like some Tony Hawk maps on here and that sort of stuff, because it's I don't know if they'd get away with it with the licensing and all that copyright sort of stuff. And I'm not 100% sure how that would work, but it'd be good to get like the Los Angeles map, or even stuff like the mall, or just the hangar. That's literally just any map would be pretty cool, but obviously it'd be quite difficult to skate. You probably need maybe like the airport would be a good one, because at least you've got enough rails on there to skate. So there's enough rails. I think a lot of the stuff, when there's too many ramps, it's quite hard. Sorry guys, just almost 100%, but still a little bit. So I've been enjoying Tomb Raider as well a little bit. I've not played so much Call of Duty recently, or God of War, so I do need to pick those up. So let's have a look. There we go. Perfect. I think we're all on. Yeah, that's great. So if there's any maps, I'll just keep rotating the maps. Or if you want to see some session, I can load session up, whatever he wants to see. I've sort of just got a bit hooked again on the modded Skater XL. So yeah, no worries. I'll be able to sort your key out because you've been following for a while, joining the stream, so it's good to give back. Obviously, I'm in a fortunate position where playing the games a lot and working, that sort of stuff. So yeah, so it's just trying to help people, isn't it? So yeah, no worries. Don't need to give anything back. So it's, yeah, it's a good game, and I'd rather you have a go of it than miss out, sort of thing. It's yeah, I'll have a look for that. So let's just double check. Yeah, I'll have a look after this stream, and I've got you on Steam, so I'll get it across to you. Should be good. So yeah, I'll just keep rotating the maps. If you want to see any trick requests, anyone, or want me to jump on session, that sort of stuff, just shout out. I'm sure I bought. Let me just check Steam. I'm absolutely sure, which I could be wrong. I've got the session map. I just can't remember getting the DLC. So I've got that one. I've got the 4. I'd have to double check. If not, I'll just get it. I'll have a look. I just can't remember. I've got a feeling I did get it, but I'm not sure. Well, I can always try and load it up and have a look. So it's not a bad DLC. It's just a shame session. They just charge, so you end up paying sort of like your $6.99 for everything, and then it adds up, and then another one, and it's like 4 or 5 DLCs now, so you're into like another £40-50 possibly for maps, and then you can sort of jump onto Skater XL and get free maps. So yeah, it's pros and cons really. I'd definitely say it's good to get all the DLCs, but I'd say the mole's probably the one to get. Quite like the hangar as well, but probably the mole. The water park is good, but it's yeah, there's a lot in there for the money, but I'd probably say the mole, just preference. I think I just prefer the indoor sort of park. So it's but yeah, but then the school seems good so far. There's a lot of good spots on there. I wouldn't say it's absolutely massive. Like you could probably, I won't say bored of it, but I've skated on Xbox and I've had a few sessions on it, and I'm not jumping to go back on it, sort of thing. I think the hype was sort of, yeah, the week it came out, and everyone's trying to get the quick clips out, that sort of stuff. And then you go on now, and there's not many clips on it. I think it's once you've hit every rail, sort of thing, in the stairs, it does get a little bit like you've sort of done it. I think that's where the mall seems to have a bit more variety on sort of the different zones, and there's the neon area for like do your manuals, that sort of stuff. And then you've got like the rails, you've got gaps, stair sets, that sort of stuff, different manual pads. So there just seems to be a lot more variety and different sections with different colours, so just breaks it up a little bit. So yeah, but obviously some people like the real locations, because then obviously it's, you can try and imitate real life tricks and stairs, that sort of stuff, and obviously it is a game, isn't it? So yeah, so but yeah, just keep shouting out if you want anything, or if there's any maps, if you want to see anything, just shout out. So I'm playing on manual catch at the minute, so sort of getting there at the minute with it all. So yeah, so I wouldn't say it's difficult, to be honest. All you sort of have to do is do the, let's have a look if we can have a look on here. Yeah, so you sort of just flick off there. Let's have a look. So you go down, do the flick, and just either click up or down just to catch it. So do it that way. Yeah, and if you don't click it, then obviously you're gonna keep spinning. But it's definitely a lot easier than, say, like skater session, where session you actually have to catch the timing a bit better, and you have to catch the right foot. With this one, you can just sort of catch it easier, so you don't really have to think, well, which foot. If I'm doing like a nollie tray, for example, I just catch it with the front foot naturally, or you can actually catch it with the other stick, so you can do like a 180 and catch it with the with the left stick. So it really doesn't matter which stick you catch it with. So I can catch the flicks with both feet, which is crazy. So it really doesn't matter. As long as you just put that second input, then you're pretty good. So yeah, obviously it just makes it a bit, I won't say harder, but it does make it slightly harder, but it's easy to get used to. So that triple grind there, yeah, so it just makes it a little bit easy to get used to. So so just give me 20 seconds, everybody. I think let's just have a look on here. Not very good with Steam, unfortunately. I've not played. When I used to play back in the day, it used to be I used to play X-Fire, and that was like the Call of Duty stuff. And yes, I don't really know how you do this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, so let's have a look there. Let's just have a look. Just seeing if there is. Just have a look on here. Just having a get back on the stream. There we go. Yes, I'll just double check in a minute if I've got the session DLC. It just feels so strange going from Skater XL to session. So I played about, God, maybe 2,000 hours of, I'll probably say both actually. I've had both since sort of alpha, so I got Skater XL and alpha, so sort of that prison map. So yeah, picked that up and then went right through sort of all the alpha, that sort of stuff, and then got the full release. And it was the same for session, so I got that on early access and did some of the testing for it as well, which was pretty cool. Absolute robotic mess at the time. I just couldn't get hang of it, and it was just, yeah, everything rails, everything was just so hard and just clunky. And then finally the 1.0 came out, and it was really good actually. Yeah, really good. And it was, I have no idea how they actually did it. It was as if they've just realised how clunky it was, and it's as if they've just redid the whole game between the alpha and the 1.0 review, sort of a full release, because it was like at 0.09 I think for absolutely ages, and then went to 1. So yeah, so I'll give them that, to be honest, but it's just come at a bit of a cost of every DLC is now paid, which is frustrating. Unless you go onto CD keys, and it's usually around $3.99, so probably about half price. So yeah, which is good. So it does help, doesn't it? So let's have a look. Where can we skate? Where can we go to? I keep meaning to download some more maps because I've got enough ish, but not enough at the same time. So I've probably got like an extra 30 maps, say, and it's like still not enough. So you sort of get a little bit like used to, yeah, I've got too many maps, but yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's only a game, isn't it? So it's once you've done a few lines on one, especially when you're streaming, you just want to keep it fresh. So as in, I don't want everybody sat there thinking I'm doing the same lines over and over and over. And it's not fun for anyone. Especially, it's not fun to play and it's not fun to watch. So I do shout out because I do get a little bit obsessive if the line's not 100% correct. Um, just want it to look not the best, but you know yourself when you've done a good line versus when you've sort of done something a little bit strange or not like that, not quite 100% sort of thing. So yeah, so it's nice once you get a nice line, it does feel good. I always find stuff with this game, it's the basic stuff which looks good, as in like just even down to like just nollying into something. So just a bit like that, just like doing that little one and popping off. So instead of like ollieing into it and then popping back like that, it's literally just little bits, just like little pops, that sort of stuff. So you don't always need to do the high pops. So you can sort of navigate the map like that a little bit better. So it just looks a bit better, a bit cleaner. Obviously, once you start modding it, especially like I'm playing minus 13.5 gravity, you need to double pop everything because it's just like that. Once I start doing small pops, you are talking like I'm not going to sort of make that sort of thing. So it's sort of like my double pop is sometimes a normal pop, but so we'll keep going. I'm trying to master tail slides, but they're just not. Sometimes happen, but without trying to use the direction button, just trying to use the like that, so you get that nice twist a little bit. But to do that, you sort of have to move both analogs to that. Well, I'm goofy, so I move both to the left sort of thing. So yeah, so I'll move everything that way, but you have to like that. So you have to do it last minute as well, because if you do it too early, you end up flicking the board, so you need to wait a bit like that for it to pop. So yeah, so it's just hard to make the game look a little bit more realistic. I think it looks good, to be honest. I don't know. Some people say it looks a little bit unrealistic or forced, or I'm not sure, but I think it looks so smooth. But it could just be me playing it, not looking. It's always different when you're watching someone and you think, oh, that's a little bit floaty, or it doesn't look real enough. But when you play it, it just feels maybe you get a bit blind, and it's only when you start watching other people stream and you think, oh, I'll do that. Or I know some people like to have the cameras a bit closer, that sort of stuff, but then it looks a bit too close, as if everything's a little bit stretched. So because if I go backspace on there on the mod, you can change everything, as in go onto your preset there, go onto the settings, and you can actually change everything. Let's have a look. Depth of field overdrive, so a bit like that, or you can have it not like that, but you could have it a bit closer like that. So whether you want that a bit more over the shoulder look, so I don't know, sort of just play around with it. So you could have it quite close like that, but then obviously that's probably too close, and unless you like that view, I don't know. And then you go the other way, and yeah, you can do it like that. Depth of field you can turn on, which makes everything a little bit blurry. So physical camera, escape. So you can have everything just however you want, but I definitely think some of it a bit like that's too blurry, isn't it? So it just completely changes the game a little bit too much. That's probably the best trick I've hit on the stream whilst it's been like this, so not a good sign. So if I turn that manual override off, then I presume you can just have it if you wanted it more further away, so it looks like you're chasing the camera sort of thing, then you can do that. Obviously that's a little bit too extreme, so you're getting into like Call of Duty territory with that one. But yeah, so it all depends on your preference sort of thing, and you can sort of go into all this, and that's on 0. I'm really not sure what a lot of these are. Projection, not sure. The lighting, not too bothered with sometimes. tone mapping, you can, that just makes the shadows, that sort of stuff, and you can start messing about with everything, and your white balance, lens distortion. So yeah, so you could probably have it like that, so you're getting that fisheye look. So if you're doing your filming, that sort of stuff, but a lot of the time it's a bit of a headache because it's, yeah. So I don't know if it's good or not. Some people like this sort of stuff. It just makes my brain hurt a little bit sometimes, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I'll do a recording now just to say, so if I can actually land the trick, it just puts your perspective off a bit, as in you're not sure what you need to do, how far to pop, because it's like everything's just off a little bit. So we can land that at least, can't we? And then get onto there, flick out, and then get onto this rail light. There we go. Let's just see what it looks like. So whether it looks better for filming, I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll turn it off for now before I start. Turn that one off. Lens distortion, that was it. So you could probably change, yeah, there we go. So you can change all the fish eyes. So if you are filming, I suppose if it was like that, then it'd probably, I don't think that looks good actually. But yeah, you get the idea though. You can change, I suppose you can change it on the fly, can't you? So change all that sort of stuff if you want the instant diet sort of thing, or yeah. So I'll turn that off because it's yeah, it's not good. Blue color adjustments, so it just makes everything a little bit more vibrant, I'd say, if that makes sense. So just a little bit more colour to it, a bit more depth, that sort of stuff. So the camera, I've not really changed the camera so much. So if we go back to the, yeah, go back to there, let's just have a mess about with it, shall we? 35. I'm not sure what all this is. I don't really want to start messing about with it. So I am not a filmer, and someone might think it's easy to do, but definitely for me, I'm not 100% sure. So I'll just leave it, I think, like that before I start messing up. Okay, that does all your decks, that sort of stuff, so you can change. So I've got the elephant deck, so that's pretty much like your classic, like 1980 sort of thing, but you can have the default, the block deck sort of thing, so you can see that, the elephant deck, the egg-shaped heroine, and the Anderson. And yeah, there's a few extra ones here as well. Hammerhead, sort of the old school. So I quite like this elephant one. It just seems pretty cool. So then obviously then you can change your wheels. So I've got the Bones wheels, but you can put the conicals on, or which look pretty cool. So I'll give those a go. Conical S, which are the small, yeah. Lock-ins. They're pretty, yeah. The lock-ins are usually good, aren't they? So take that off, can't we? So yeah, so the game is absolutely, however, once you start modding it, you can just change whatever. Obviously, it doesn't give you any advantage whatsoever. It just means it's just more visual. Stuff like the actual mods, which is all this sort of stuff, all your stats. That's where I wouldn't say you get an advantage, but you can change everything, like your gravity stats, that sort of stuff, or your catch if you want manual catch on, which I've got on. So realistic, you can have all laid back catches. So I pretty much have mine laid back at the minute. So everything laid back. So let's have a look on there. Just see if we can get that up. Okay, just move that a bit. I'm not sure. I've still not worked this camera out yet, so it just keeps moving, and I keep moving a lot. So I might be able to actually move the mic somewhat, configure, and actually zoom and tilt somehow. Tilt that. I'm really not sure. Do I tilt it that way, or that way. Not sure. Let me just zoom in a bit. Let's just apply it and see how that looks, and then I can at least be a bit more visible. I might end up just moving it, to be honest, because it's, don't know. So I could move it to the end and do that, or whatever's easier. That's too high, isn't it? Probably zoomed in a bit too much, but whatever everyone wants, just shout out if there's any change. So let's have a look. So keep going. I'll change the map as well, keep it fresh. Let's have a look. Lane. Is that good? I've not really tried this map so much, so we'll just keep trying it. Just give it a go, can't we? Yeah, so the F7 brings up all your stats, so power slides, manuals, that sort of baby pop, which is when you manual like so, and then you click in, it does that little pop, so just makes it a little bit more realistic. It's quite difficult on manual catch to manual, just because you have to catch it and then get into manual. So if you're just doing something on the flat, you probably end up nose manuals are easy, but I just find it quite difficult for normal manuals, because it's sort of I catch with my right foot usually, but then after manual with the back foot. So yeah, so I've got a headache, but when it comes to nose manuals, I can do, that's absolutely fine. So absolutely easy, but everything else is difficult. Steez customizer, so that's the Steez, so you can change all your Steez settings and that stuff. Like when you do your 360 flips, it's just a bit more laid back and casual, so like that you're just getting a bit more of a casual. Never a big fan of this replay editor, but yeah, so you're just getting a bit more like that, a bit more just laid back sort of thing. So, and then like you can have it a bit more vertical, so when I do it, it's a bit more, the pop's a bit more under my feet sort of thing, a bit more, so you can see the back of the deck. So looking at that, so you can see how vertical that is. So, well, not vertical, but it definitely scoops under. It's a bit of a late flip, if anything. It doesn't really flip that well. So yeah, a bit funny. And then there's all grab stuff, which I'm not too bothered about, but it's mainly the gravity, that sort of stuff, the pop height. So I don't really change. What people do is put the gravity lower, but put the pop forces up, so you've got less gravity, but you can ollie higher or nollie higher. But I always find that a little bit where you want it more realistic, but you're still trying to pop. So I just keep everything low. So whether that's just me, I just prefer having everything. If I'm going to go to that extreme of having it all manual and low pops, then I'd rather just keep it low and keep the flip speeds just standard, because some people speed up the flip speeds to compensate for the gravity, so you got less gravity, but you're actually flicking it faster, so it just sort of counteracts it a little bit to make it easier. But yeah, so I'm not really too bothered about that. Let's have a look there. I'm a little bit, so yeah, so I've not really tried this map well enough yet to understand what's going on with it. It's a little bit mixed on it. I don't know if I like it. That's quite cool, I suppose. So we've got a little bit of a line there, haven't we? And a bit of a headshot. Okay, let's have a look at the line then, can't we? So yes, that was quite good for a first attempt anyway. So got into that, and then we get that tray flip to 5-0. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. Quite lucky. I'm quite proud of that one. So okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. I wonder if I can get a nose blunt. Okay, my speed's quite low, so I need like 3 pushes, but then it's quite hard to go over. So if I can get over there, maybe. Yeah, so you can see that then, it's pretty chill, but it's a bit of a mess that. I absolutely just missed that, but you can see how chilled that is, just absolute casual. no F's given with that tray flip whatsoever. So yeah, I've always found tray flips are easier, like fakey tray flips, that sort of stuff. Nollie tray flips, actual tray flips, I find so difficult. Like I can double kick flip pretty much every time, or nightmare flip, whatever, and double kick flip body varials, that sort of stuff. Varial flips, double varials, which is the nightmare flip effectively. But the tray flip, yeah, God, it just doesn't work for me. So getting high CPU as usual. So it's a bit funny, really, because this game is absolutely not very demanding whatsoever. So you can just run it at like 170 hertz with no effort. But my PC, it's the i5 13. What is it? The i5 13600, whatever, and it just doesn't. Yeah, it's good for gaming, but for multi-core gaming, it isn't good. So stuff like I'm streaming now, and I've got Steam open, YouTube comments, that sort of stuff, OBS, then it really does suffer. But then for single applications, it's absolutely perfect. So yeah, it's really strange. So get that combo. I think, did I hit the stairs there? Possibly. I do like the catches though on the big spins. So this is a rubbish line. It was bit of a cancel there. Bit of a yeah. It actually went through the rail. Oh my god. Okay, so let's have a look at that. If I slow it right down. That's pretty cool actually. So I'm hoping the sound, I've not listened to it yet, but a bit stretched. Yeah, it seems alright. So guys, back now. So hopefully, if you want any maps or anything, just shout out. Said happy to jump on. Happy to jump on a session as well if anyone wants to have a look. I've just been doing a bit of a Skater XL stream, so happy whichever. And then I'll probably pick up Tomb Raider as well after. So did a bit of a stream last night just on Tomb Raider 1. So again, so they're just taking a long time, but I'm not rushing. So I just want everyone to not make my mistakes, if that makes sense. So I think if you watch the stream, then you could probably do it quicker than me. But as I said, it's not definitely not a speed run. I've never really been too bothered about speed running stuff. So obviously, there's definitely interesting speed running. It's yeah, a lot of the speed runners they tend to skip part of the maps, don't they? Especially on the Tomb Raider games, they end up doing the jumps and skipping. You can skip bits on like Tomb Raider 2 easy in Venice. You can get past and get through the doors, that sort of stuff. And then there's also Tomb Raider 3. Sort of when you get the Desert Eagle, you can. I'm trying to think what map it is with the snakes. You can skip and actually walk across the whole top of the map, which is absolutely crazy. So, but yeah, so definitely not into that. But I'm just doing a bit of a casual stream on here, and if anyone wants any tricks or map requests, just shout out. So I'm just having a quick look. To be fair, Downtown is one of the best maps the devs have done. It just seems to work. It's such a big map, but just works. Just such a good variety, and yeah, quite a good thought out map, to be honest. A lot of like, even down here, a lot of spots, a lot of cool spots. Yeah, just flows nice, especially even just loading the map up. Even this section just flows so good. Apart from me, I'm not flowing very well today. But you know, it's always the case. I always do these streams a little bit, just basically turn the computer on, get the stream going, and I never really warm up. I don't know if you need to warm up on games, but obviously there's a bit of an audience, people watching, and obviously you want to skate to some standard, especially like me. Once you've put like 2,000 hours in the game, you should really be at a good standard. So I think I'm quite comfortable, but you sort of then look at, you don't bother about falling off, sort of don't take it as personal sort of stuff. So I think when you start, you want to get better, and then it's sort of like, oh, yeah, I can land it, but just trying other stuff I wouldn't necessarily try, or try a little bit different, and or just a bit more basic. I think it's like I was saying before with the game, it's just make it look smooth and realistic, but also the way to do that is just keeping it basic. So a little bit like just single flips, nollie flips, just 180, that sort of stuff. So getting on the tail slides. So it's just a way just to make the game look good. So I quite like nollie, crookie grinds, that sort of stuff. Always a good one. So I'm not actually sure what I did there. So let's have a look. So a bit of a nollie there, but going too fast. So really could do with slowing the speed down. But I think we just go straight through there, don't we? So like that, which isn't ideal. So yeah, so stuff like that just nice. But then it's just doing a bit of a speed check really, just to slow it down, because even though it's modded, it still then starts putting that multiplier on the speed, and it's, I probably just need a look at the settings really, just to slow it down a little bit. So which is absolutely fine. It's quite a good little spot here actually. If I can get it on, you can, I don't know if I can do it on this game, but on, maybe I can't do it on any game, but I thought you could get both, you know, you deck across both, but obviously it's looking a little bit wider. So it's probably, I think I'm just making that up. Yeah, so the mods, I can't really hit any sort of unrealistic drops like that, so which seems to just knock it off a little bit, but yeah, we're alright at the minute. Going to live there, mute that one. Okay, good to go, so let's have a look. But yeah, well, from a map perspective, it's pretty good. It's quite a solid map, really. There's enough going on. It's probably quite a good map to actually design. So yeah, they probably had quite a good time, the devs, with this map. I'm not sure, as I said, I'm not sure how realistic it is to the area. I presume it's downtown, sort of LA, as they say, sort of thing. So whether I'm completely wrong, not sure. Not sure what the map is. So that seemed alright. That felt a little bit better. So I managed to get like the tail, once you get locked in, quite nice. It does feel a lot better. Bit of a flip there. So the only thing with the UK streams is a lot of the time it's either really late streams like midnight, 1 o'clock, which is probably like 7, 8 o'clock in the US, or it's like early first thing, as in 8 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, where that's like probably like near a midnight sort of stuff when people are actually playing games. So it's quite difficult to work out the times. So I think, yeah, this is quite a cool spot as well. Whether I can pop off, I'm just trying to think if we can flick off there. I think it was Ryan Sheckler did that, didn't he? I could be wrong. Yeah. But yeah, I did land it first goal and I should have just skated away from it. But... okay, there we go. Got a bit of a nose bump there. Can't say I've ever skated the bus either. So let's try and get a manual on here, can't we? But yeah, if anyone's got any requests, just shout out. See, stuff like this, modded, it's just too high. So I don't even think I can get close to that at the minute, so... so yeah, so I can't even get onto that. So I can get onto that in a bit, but it's not worth the embarrassment. So yeah, this is another good little area just down here. We did a bit of a 360 there. Don't know how realistic that is, but yeah, I could definitely do some stuff on here anyway. So. But I'll end the stream in a few minutes. But I said I'll be back on soon on Tomb Raider. I think I'll be doing a bit of session. I'll just double check if I've got the school DLC, because I know I've got it on Xbox, but whether I've got it on PC I can't remember. So I'll just double check. So yeah, thanks everyone. Hopefully the mic's working as well, because I said first time with the new mic, so hopefully that's a lot better than the webcam. So it seems to be good so far. So yeah, fingers crossed. So thanks for dialing in everyone and joining. So I'm going to be doing more streams anyway, so we'll be doing Skater XL session, Tomb Raider, get back on a bit of Call of Duty, Battlefield, that sort of stuff. Got God of War, got Spider-Man to do, so going to start The Last of Us again. So yeah, there's a lot going on, so hopefully we can yeah, keep doing the stream. So but yeah, I should be back on soon anyway, so just double check now. So but yeah, just drop a comment below, just let me know what you want to see, if you want to watch a bit more Skater XL, or if you want a bit more on session in the DLC, that sort of stuff, or I can start the Tony Hawk Pro Skate 1 and 2 and probably do those in a stream, because they're pretty quick, aren't they, to get through the map. So yeah, so we could probably get the games done in an hour or so. So yeah, so we could do that. So it's a shame Skate 1 I can't get on PC or 3. I know you can mod it, as in you can do it through like a bit of a, what do they call it, like an emulator sort of thing, so you can get it, but it's just a shame. They used to sell it on PC, but obviously I've not got a disc drive anymore, and it's just, yeah, actually getting hold of it is a bit of a headache. So yeah, so I might have to have a look into that. But yeah, but if I can find a way to stream from the Xbox onto here, then that's another option to do like Skate 1 and 3 sort of stuff. So yeah, so as I said, we've got The Last of Us, I'll start, we've got Spider-Man, God of War, we've also got Session, Skater XL, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Yeah, so it's definitely, there's definitely enough to stream. It's just knowing what everyone wants to watch, and yeah, there's definitely a mix of people who love watching this Skater XL footage, as in watching the mods, that sort of stuff, modded gameplay, versus watching sort of Session and looking at sort of the Session, which is a bit more attainable to everyone, as in if you're watching Session, then it's no different on PC than it is on console, so it sort of gives people a bit of a drive to play Session a bit more and watch it and get more IDs. But sort of the base of people watching this footage from Skater XL is probably more around people being on PC or having it on console and wanting to look at what it looks like on PC, with sort of the hope of getting a PC eventually and experiencing it, sort of thing. So it's yeah, definitely a mix of people, as in people who've got the modded game, but people who want it. So it's yeah, but if I can help, if anyone wants any helps on it, like any mods or mod.io, that sort of stuff, getting new maps, just drop a message. I'm happy to add you on Steam, that sort of stuff, if you got any questions. So yeah, so just let me know if that helps, and then I can obviously help. If anyone wants any stats, I should be able to load my stats up, get those saved, and get those onto a file. So if that helps people, if you like sort of the stats you see in here, just shout out. Yeah, perfect. Just seeing the comments. So let me just have a look now. So I should be able to get. Okay, so I've got TechStream Official in the chat. So let's have a look. So place order. Let's have a look. So you should be able to. Just have a look. The noise, yeah, I've got a dog downstairs somewhere, but then I've also got my lad as well who's asleep, so it could be a mixture of, yeah, it could be a mixture of, let's have a look, the dog making noises and the kid making noises, because he's asleep, but end up having to put a monitor on just to watch him, so, which is only 2 at the minute, so 26, so he's up quite a lot in the night, so that's why I end up just streaming and then being on call a little bit. So yeah, because I'm up anyway. So let's have a look. So Tech Stream Official in the comments. Let's have a look. So there you go. So I've actually just got, I don't know if you can see that, move it that way. There you go. So I've just got that for you. So I'll drop you a message on Steam in a minute, and then you should have Riders Republic waiting for you. So Republic code on way. Yeah, so perfect. So that's the good deed for the day. So hope you enjoy it, and thanks for tuning in. So I will check the mic as well because I'm not sure if everything's lined up yet. So I said it's the first time with the mic, so but if I go like that, let's have a look. Da, da, da. Yes, I should be able to drop you a message on there. AG. AG. So let me know when you get the message. Sorry, I've just lost it. So hopefully that works. Let me know if that works. So I've just sent it you on Steam. So that should be Riders Republic 4 PC, which is the Europe code. So yeah, perfect. So enjoy, mate. So said I do giveaways, that sort of stuff on the channel. So just keeps people. It's good to get engagement on the channel, and yeah. So if people enjoy it, and it's yeah, not everyone can afford sort of to play PC and get the games, that sort of stuff. So yeah, so it just gives everyone an opportunity to play stuff they might be saving up for or don't have the funds to play, or it's sort of on the list. So yeah, so hopefully just let us know in the comments if you've got the did you get code? Just double checking now, just confirm if you've got it. Yeah, perfect. So if that works, just let us know. That code should work, but don't worry how much it was. Absolutely fine. So just enjoy it. So it's an absolute blast. So it is a good game, Riders Republic. So, and I think you can do co-op, and because it's absolutely massive. So you go onto the servers, and there's usually, it's probably like, about that way. Yeah, there's probably like good few hundred people on. It's just dots absolutely everywhere, and it's just absolutely buzzing. So yes, you can do this skate. There is the skateboarding demo on there. You've got skis, snowboarding, BMX, mountain biking, and then there's stuff like wingsuits, paragliders. Yeah, so it's pretty good actually. So yeah, enjoy it. So as I said, I will be back on soon. Yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. And let's have a look. Yeah, just drop a comment as well. Whatever you want to see next, just let us know. But it might be half an hour, a Tomb Raider after, just to get through the next level. So usually about 20 to 40 minutes a level. So I've been trying to do one per stream sort of thing. So, and then sometimes it's just easy loading Skater XL up or Session, because it's just easy to jump on and there's no pressure. I find on Tomb Raider there's a bit of pressure of not getting lost and keeping people engaged, because it's yeah, there's been a lot of people watching it, which is good, but it just adds the pressure. One of the streams it was a little bit difficult because I was looking for that cog, and I've completed the game so many times and I've just absolutely walked past it, so I've spent like an extra half an hour on the stream looking for it. So I don't want to waste people's time. So what I'm going to do is look at the walkthroughs first, sort of thing, and just get a bit of an idea, or bit of a tip of, or just do a bit of a playthrough first, don't save it, and then actually just play through it live, actually knowing where I'm going. So it might just help for the future, so I can run through it a bit quicker than yeah, because I did the last level in 20 minutes, which was good. So sometimes I'm getting lucky and actually just everything works out perfect. But some missions are taking like an hour and a half sort of thing, or an hour and 40, and it's like, oh, if I knew what I was doing, then I could probably do it in like 30 minutes. So but part of the fun is not knowing what you're doing. So there's that many speed runs of the game. If people want to watch the speed run, they're already out there. So what I'm trying to do is just to do sort of the raw video of your general like person, if you were to pick the game up fresh, then how long would it take and what mistakes you're going to make. I normally fall into every trap possible, but it's just part of the fun and actually experiencing the experiencing the game. So yeah, and it also helps people not make the same mistakes as me. But yeah, but if anyone wants any help with Skater XL, any mods, that sort of stuff, any stats, so I've got all the stats here, got all the display options, that sort of stuff, just shout out. I've got the alt case, so I've got absolute loads of stats going on. So if you need help, just let us know. But thanks for thanks for dialing in, everyone, and watching the stream. So much appreciated. And we're almost at the 5k sub mark as well, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, absolutely perfect. So yeah, take care, everyone, and I'll speak to you soon.